solve the inequality. We have the absolute value of 8 minus 5x plus 2, which is greater than or equal to 6. So here is our absolute value inequality. Before we can do anything, we need to isolate the absolute value. So what we need to do is first subtract 2 to both sides. So therefore, we end up with the absolute value of 8 minus 5x. The 2 plus 2 minus 2 is 0, and that's going to be greater than or equal to 6 minus 2, which is 4. Now we need to recall the definition of when you take the absolute value of an expression and it's greater than or equal to the constant. So when it's greater than or equal to, we say that x, the expression, is less than or equal to the negative of the constant, or x, the expression, is greater than or equal to the positive constant. So let's go ahead and rewrite this using those statements. So we have this expression, which is 8 minus 5x, and that's going to be less than or equal to negative 4, or we have 8 minus 5x, which is greater than or equal to positive 4. So now let's go ahead and solve for x. So we're going to subtract 8 to both sides. So we get 8 minus 8, which is 0. And then we have negative 5x, which is less than or equal to negative 4 minus 8, which is negative 12. Now we need to divide both sides by negative 5. And recall that when you divide by a negative number, you need to flip the inequality so this is greater than or equal to. So x is going to be greater than or equal to negative 12 divided by negative 5, which becomes positive 12/5. Now the other equation, again, we're going to subtract 8 to both sides. So we have 8 minus 8, which is 0, and we end up with negative 5x. And that's going to be greater than or equal to 4 minus 8, which is negative 4. Divide both sides by negative 5. And again, when you divide by the negative number, you need to flip the inequality. So negative 5 divided by negative 5 is 1. So we have x, which is less than or equal to negative 4 divided by negative 5, which is positive 4/5. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to graph this on the number line and then determine our solution in interval notation. So let's draw the number line. Okay, so we have 4/5, and then we have 12/5. We know that we're going from negative infinity to positive infinity. So let's go ahead and then write our solution. So this is x is greater than or equal to 12/5. So that means we have a bracket and it's going towards positive infinity. And then we have x, which is less than or equal to 4/5, which means we have a bracket at 4/5 going towards negative infinity. So we're going to draw our solution set. So parentheses negative infinity, comma 4/5 with a bracket, union, bracket, 12/5, comma positive infinity. Let's go ahead and write our solution. So we have parentheses negative infinity, comma, fraction, which is positive 4/5 with a bracket, union, and then bracket, we have what, 12/5, comma, positive infinity with a parenthesis. Check our answer, and there is our result.